This is a training video of the DUPLO DC 1060 collator tower. This is video number 3. The video is being done by LCE graphics. Okay, this is your stop button. And depending on which tower you have, which year, if you push the stop button, it should say emergency stop. Other towers would just light up your light button up here for a door switch. Now you also have your on and off switch. Now when you turn this this button here, this switch here on, it should start up your entire system if you have the 5000 booklet maker. If you have the 4000, it will not turn on your booklet maker, but it will turn on your back tower. You also have another button located right there. If that is turned on, you have to have that turned on before pushing this button. On your back tower, you do not have to turn on this button because the front tower controls it. And it'll only control it if the little button on the back here is turned on for your power. So if you have that on, that is the only thing you have to have on for your towers. Now, we're going to go ahead and get to know some of these security doors. In the front you have a security door here that when you open this door, because you have to get maybe some jam paper in there or wads of paper out of there for any reason, your light will come on. And as you can see, it says Tower A, and then it shows the switches right here. That allows you to narrow down which tower you're having the issue with. All towers are by letters. You got Tower A, Tower B, and then so on and so on. You can go 6 towers long. And we're going to go ahead and close that door and move on to the next one. Now you do have a lift unit. If you have the lift unit on yours, you don't always have. If you have a little rear exit stacker, you wouldn't have a lift unit if you just purchased it with a rear exit stacker. But if you do have the lift unit, there's a sensor right here that when this is open, your light will come on. Just like before, Tower A is lit up and the light on the door switch is on. Now you close this, come back around here, and it is off. Now each of these different functions are something different. This right here is your bins. They're lit up. Those are the bins that have paper in them. If you run out of paper in one of those bins, the green light will flash, and then this light will light up right here, showing you that you're empty, that you need to put more paper in there. Now the next set is doubles. That symbol right there stands for doubles. And if any of these lights are lit up where the green lights are, if you have a light here lit up, that means number 5 had a double, or here is misses, which would say you missed on that bin. If any one of these lights are lit up, it says a miss. Now this here's jam. If any one of these lights are lit up, that means you had a jam in that bin. It means maybe there's a piece of paper that didn't quite make it all the way through. For some reason it was held up, whether the pages were stuck together, static, one of those issues. Alright, and when those light up, any one of these 3 here light up, this lights up. If you're having an issue with towers connection and it's not reading towers, this will light up. If you have an issue with the booklet maker, a jam, or doors open, this light will be lit up. Doesn't always mean you have an error. It just means that's the reason why when you come over here to the start run button here, it's not running, and it's usually because it covers up, maybe the stop button's been pushed, or maybe there's a book still in there. Same with this light right here. This light lights up If you have a rear exit stacker, the 4000 or the 5000 version, means that there's paper partially through it somewhere, or maybe the door's open, or the paper is full, the tray's full, or it just has something jammed in there. Stop button, error. But that represents anything in the back towards stacker wise, or conveyor, or even a DSF sheet feeder if you have the Duetto setup. These arrow lights come on for different options. If they are lit up, usually it means that you have to call a service tech. We're going to go ahead and come around here to your knobs. Now for this, I'm going to need a light. We're going to start with your knob here in the back. Now that in the back is your pile height sensor, sensor. And what that does is you can adjust it for how close you're going to be to the manifold here. You can adjust it. If you adjust that knob up, it's going to be further away from the manifold. If you adjust it down, it's going to bring the paper up closer. Now that helps on issues with static. If you're wanting to separate it a little bit better, you're going to want to kind of turn that knob up so that it can blow more air in there and one page can come up and it'll break up the static a little better. Or if you're having feeding issues and it's not wanting to feed as well, you can actually turn it down. Now on longer paper, you're going to want to turn it down a little bit so that it has more time and is closer to the paper for being able to take such a long sheet. Now we're going to come on over here to this. This is your airflow. Now if you turn this knob and look in there, you'll actually see this moves. What that does is that it can cut the airflow down, maybe turn it down a little bit. Normally the setting on this would be 4 for an average, and between 3 and 4 for your sheet separators. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn this all the way this direction so that you can see that's your sheet separators right there and there. I know they're a little hard to see. You'll want to inspect those from time to time to make sure that they haven't gotten too old or they've gotten broken, and sometimes if they're even still there. That is a medical type rubber, and they do degrade over time, and the glue could come loose and you could lose one of your sheet separators, making it your sheets, making you have a lot more doubles than you would normally have. I'm going to turn that to between 3 and 4. Turn this air blow back up to 4. Now these are your paper guides. When you're dealing with a long sheet, you should have one here on the back corner, one of course in the back to stop the paper from coming out the back side of the bin, and one right here for your the side edge here so that it can guide it in without coming off the edge here and leaving away from the doubles detect. Come around the front here, these are your buttons. Okay, you have your number pad for your count. You have your stop to stop the run. You have your start. Now when you're pushing these buttons, you have to push and hold, and it usually will start up. This is your raised bins. If I push that button, bins are raising up. You push it again, they'll stop exactly where they're at. If you push the down button, which is beside it, the bins will all lower down and they'll stop too as soon as you hit it. This is your jog button. And it'll jog any paper, any jams you may have. Usually it'll jog it on out to where you can get to it and take it out. Now this here is your reset button. If you hit this button, it'll reset the set that's in here and send it down into your reject tray down here. And this will complete our training video on the DUPLO DC 1060 collator towers. If you have any questions, feel free to call. This is LCE Graphics. Thank you. Goodbye.